as a musician and as a pastor, how important is theology in our music?
I think it's extremely important
Hmm.
because we're teaching.
Yeah.
When someone hears a song on the radio, they they start picking it up, especially songs that are played often. They'll start picking it up, and as they're picking up the song, they start remembering the lyrics, of course, start remembering the melody, lines, and the hooks in the song,
Hmm.
and whether or not they know it, when they retain that information, that thing settles in their conscious or subconscious somewhere.
Hmm.
And so if I'm singing something that's theologically incorrect, I'm teaching someone something that's incorrect. Whether that's the intent of the writer or not. Because I don't believe it's always people intent, author's intent to mislead. I pray it's not. I don't think it is. But it happens sometimes. Pastor Eric Scott posted on Facebook this week a song he was listening to on the radio. I haven't heard it yet. But somebody kept saying somehow hell no or something in the song.
Mm.
And it was another word that could be considered a curse word.
Mm.
And he was saying, call him old school all you want, but that's going too far. Because if it's a gospel song and being played on a gospel radio station or a spiritual radio station, however they want to word it, you are teaching somebody something, and somebody is saying it's okay to sing this because here's what's going to happen. That one person did it and it aired on the radio, and they are playing on the radio. So guess what's going to happen? Somebody else going to try it. Somebody else going to cuss in a song and call it gospel music, just like that person is. And I don't know the name of the song. I can't recall it, and I ain't going to take up time going to his Facebook page. But somebody else going to try the same thing.
Hmm.
And so we are teaching people, whether we know it or not. We are teaching younger generations
Hmm.
of, uh, you know, they may not remember every point in a sermon, but they'll remember a song. My 3 year old daughter can sing almost the whole music set from the show, that movie in Encanto.
Okay.
Reverend, she don't understand all them words right now, but it's
Mm.
at 3 years old is in her it is in her conscious and in her subconscious.
Wow.
As she gets older, if she keeps singing those songs, she's gonna take stuff from the song.
Mm.
And such is the case even with gospel music. Theologically bad gospel music, it is teaching somebody the wrong way. It's just as bad as a bad sermon. That's just as bad as a bad sermon. In my book, that's just as
You're
bad as a
right.
bad
I
sermon.
agree.
You preach it. That's like you gonna get up. Okay, look. Even if we look at it from a controversial standpoint,
Okay.
theologically, many of us do not agree with the quote unquote revelation or illumination that Bishop Carlton Pierce received a
Pearson.
few years ago that literally changed his entire life and his ministry.
Hmm.
It's controversial. Now, take that same aspect in thought. That man stands up and says, God loves us and we ain't going to hell. So if I sing that, that's just as bad as him standing up and teaching and preaching that.
Hmm.
It's going into somebody's spirit, it's going into somebody's mind. They're thinking through that. And those thoughts in our minds is what we're going to continue to live out and replicate.
Yeah.
We teach what we know, we preach what we know, what God gives us. And whether we've learned it through a reading, through our schooling, or through any, especially through prayer and revelation, that's what we teach and what we show
Hmm.
and what we give to others. When somebody's singing and they are pushing this song and pushing these lyrics and whatever, if it's off, you are teaching people off. And I never want to be in an era where I'm leading the saints in the wrong way. And I think for musicians and artists and for psalmists and all of the like, it should always be taken into consideration. Just because it sounds like a good hook, make sure it's right.